Hey there, I want to ask you a favor, a little favor. I want to do something. I want to exercise? No. Dance? Do yoga? Not really. I want to stand on a soapbox for a minute. Below me, that's what I'm standing on. See the difference? Whoa! Yeah, this isn't some wee dance move game. I'm standing on my soapbox. And I won't do that often, but, you know, this is something I want to come clean about. How's that? I'm on a soapbox, I'm coming clean. If you haven't showered, here, I hand you some soap. I've got a whole box of it right below me. But give me just a minute to check in with you on something that I kind of want to process, and I want to process it with you. So I want to share it with you, and, you know, you can just maybe agree or agree to disagree, but, you know, I had a friend come up to me, and we were chatting over the holidays, talking about our holidays, and I asked her if she had seen any of the agreements. I know she has young children, and, you know, her and I have talked about parenting, and her comment was just really kind of short of, yeah, no, that's, yeah. I gotta be honest, like, I couldn't watch them, you know, our parenting style's just different, Hannah. We just parent differently, so, no, you know. And I've seen the contrast in our parenting style, and I think absolutely, you know, we're going to have different agreements in our families, and we're going to have different things that are priorities and important. You know, we pick and choose our battles with our children. So I really wanted to reassure her that I wasn't trying to give her a parenting doctrine, you know, and on these are the values and beliefs and core ways that you should be parenting your child. I wanted to let her know this is more of a communication style, a style of communicating that, whether it's with your spouse or your children or your coworkers, is applicable because it allows the opportunity to build respect and trust in the other person, you know, instead of having a fear-based or a people-pleaser, you know, conversation style. It really allows you to be honest and real, and you know, who doesn't want that in a communication style? So I tried to relay that information, and yeah, it didn't go over so well. Okay, fair enough, you know. But then I really couldn't let it go. I let it go with her, but I couldn't let it go internally. What was bothering me about this? And so that's why I'm on the soapbox. So I'll try to make it quick. I know we're 2 minutes in, and I'm only going to give myself a couple more minutes. But let me just give you a scenario, okay? A couple scenarios, and tell me what you think. So you're going to the grocery store, and you say to the clerk, "Excuse me, can you help me, please?" And they turn around, and they say to you, "Yeah, what do you want?" Or, you know, "Yeah, ma'am, sure, in a minute." Or a clerk says to you, "Yes, what can I do to help you?" And they make eye contact with you, and they come in close to you, and you're greeted with a pleasant smile. You're like, "Oh, okay, here's somebody that wants to help me problem solve in this moment because I can't find what it is I'm looking for, maybe where the detergent is, or, you know, something I need, and I can trust this person, and they're going to help me." You know, I mean, that's such a great feeling versus if someone goes, "Yeah, what do you want?" You know, they're busy, they're tired, and the last thing they want to do is help you in that moment. It's their job, though, so they're going to do it because it's their job, you know, and they kind of rush through it, you know, or maybe they yell at you, "What? Yeah, okay." You know, and they're impatient with you, and they're telling you to hurry up as you're trying to say, "Well, I'm looking for a particular brand of detergent, you know, the blue one with the little teddy bear on it," and they're looking at you with their eyes rolling like, "Come on already. You know, I've got 50 other customers, and the last thing I want to do is spend this time listening to you describe the color detergent you want with a little bear. You know, just take whatever's there. What's the problem already?" So they're kind of short with you. You know, and which one do you feel like really is the person you want to communicate with? Which one do you feel like you genuinely want to have a conversation with? I know it seems like a no-brainer, right? I mean, that's just like where I want to end it. It just feels like a no-brainer to me. So when someone says to me, that's not my style of communication, I can't help but go, and that's why, in a lot of ways, our world has a lot of the disconnect that it has. Because there is that style of communication other than that connecting style, you know, other than checking in. And I think about, like, if you were truly in need or help from your child's teacher, you know, and the comments they made about your teacher made about your child was, "Well, you know, your child's a brat. They don't do anything. They're lazy. You know, they're just horrible to work with." You know, the words are critical. You know, teachers telling you that your child's bad. They're labeling your child. You know, they're really just pointing out the things about your child that they don't like. I mean, are you going to trust this person to teach your child? Or what about a teacher that's constructive with the word, says, "Well, these are the challenges for your child. I'm noticing that they have a hard time staying on task, but here's what I'm trying to do to help." and they offered to you to show you some agreements they're working on. Which child do you want teaching your child? Which child do you want teaching your child? I'm sorry. Which teacher do you want teaching your child? Right? Teacher B. I mean, I can give you a million scenarios, and people are going to lean towards wanting respect. You know, and one of the comments that I've heard is, well, you know, it's a tough world out there, so we got to teach our kids to be tough, and this is kind of like wussy parenting, you know, you can't be yelling or screaming at your kids, you know, you gotta man them up. Okay, yeah, and then we can continue the cycle in our society where everyone continues to talk to each other like that. But I guarantee if you're at a gas station and the attendant has an attitude with you, you know, you're going to have an attitude back. Right? I mean, it's not going to diffuse you in any way. And it creates a society of the negativity that we see, you know, and we're breeding that. So what if we modeled something else for our children in our home? What if we offered them a communication style where they felt respected, where they felt like they could trust you, where they feel like they're loved and they're cared for, and then they trickle that out into the world and they pay that forward rather than I've toughened them up so they can handle this world. Well, of course your child has to be able to problem solve out in the world. And of course the world's not all bubblegum and lollipops. But I'm going to help my child respect themselves enough that they respect others. And then they pay that forward out into the world. And that's the world that I would rather my child was leaning towards creating. So when someone says to me, you know, hey, these agreements aren't for me, I just want to ask them, you know, don't you deserve respect? Doesn't your child? And no, yelling at them is not respectful to them. That's the truth. You know, being so busy that you're not connecting with them, that you don't take the time to check in with them, that you kind of just don't care, or you do care and you just can't take the time to check in with them because there's so much going on, then it's time to slow down a little bit and find those moments where you can check in. Look, I'm not trying to tell people this is the only way of parenting, but I'm going to get on my soapbox for one moment to say it's worth it. It's worth changing your communication style because your child's worth it. And guess what? You're worth it. You deserve respect from your children, but the way you're going to get it is by modeling it. The way you're going to not get that back talk, smack talk, and eye rolling is to teach them how to treat you. I let my children know very clearly if something upsets me and what my expectations are, but I give them the same respect that I want. I talk to them the same voice I want to hear them talk to me in. And if they break that agreement, I am absolutely one to put up the brakes and go, our agreement is that we talk to each other respectfully. Please rewind and say that again. You know, and I've even gone so far as I'm going to walk away right now. I'm not going to participate in this conversation when you talk to me like that, whether it is my spouse or my coworker or my husband, you know, or even the preschoolers. And when you can speak to me in a respectful way, I would love to check in with you. And the minute they do, or the minute they're willing to rewind, or I see even an opening, you know, I'll take it. And I'll model for them a healthy way of communicating. And I will show them that love and that nurturing that they desire, that they need, that they want, and that they deserve. And guess what? It comes back. I have a classroom right now that's incredible with the children because they are bringing back to me what was brought to them. We're sharing gifts, and it's awesome. And I encourage you to do the same. All right, off my soapbox. It's 8 minutes. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.